Yo, how's it going? So if you didn't know, contingency contract actually did get confirmed recently for global to come in about late June. Obviously, this is very exciting for most people who do like contingency contract, but today we're going to be talking about the most important thing out of all of these updates. It is the banner. This is the Joint Operations 8 banner that will be coming with contingency contract. I will go through in this video why you shouldn't be pulling on this banner in my opinion. There's a lot of good stuff coming, but at the end of the day, we'll go through a couple things as well. If you do enjoy the video, please do drop us a like and do go ahead and join the Discord down below. I'm going to try and leave all the banner information down on my Discord, so if you're interested, go down there. But now I actually talk about the banner that will be coming. So obviously we have a Joint Operations banner. With Joint Operations banners, you can only get 4 of the characters on it. So you won't have to really worry about getting any random off-banner character that has really been haunting you for a while. And I'm not going to name any names, but I'm just going to say it now. Please stop giving me Hoshiguma, damn it. But with these type of banners, I do look at how many units I actually want from the banner. If I want 4 units, then you're guaranteed to get someone you want, so I would pull on this personally. If you only want 3 of the characters, then I'd probably still recommend it because you have a higher chance of getting the character you want than not want. And if you only need 2, I would really ask yourself if you really want both the units. Maybe you only really want 1, and if you only want 1 character, then in my opinion it's just not worth pulling on. That's my personal recommendation. Pull for whoever you want, but we're going to go over what's actually coming next because I feel like that's really going to be important. So I actually tried to put all of these into a list, but I wasn't able to fit everything in. If you want to go ahead and see what banners are coming, I will leave a link in the description to one of my videos about it. But these are some of the banners that are coming. For me personally, all these banners are pretty good and it really doesn't make this worth it at all. I personally think I would not pull on this banner if I was you. There are just too many good banners coming. I'm going to be pulling on Chongyue. I'm going to be pulling for the 4-year anniversary. And most important, the Monster Hunter banner is a must pull. I made a video about that as well. It's very important you pull on that. But first character we're going to talk about is unuchus. In terms of design, I'm actually a big fan of design. I actually really do like how she looks. Yes, she's showing her feet, but maybe you're into that. Maybe you're into that. Personally, in terms of her actual way she works, I'm not a massive fan of how she works in general because I feel like she requires quite a bit of setup. She is a duelist defender and she can only block 1 enemy. She actually gains SP from blocking enemies, which is my big problem. Since she can only block 1 enemy, gaining SP from blocking is a little bit more difficult. In general, with her 3rd skill being so powerful, it is a good character to have. But I feel like she requires quite a bit of setup to actually get going. Her 2nd skill with a stun, it does actually last quite a bit for the stun, which is quite helpful in some cases. Her 3rd skill, like I said, is pretty powerful. But in terms of SP regen, it does become a little bit more complicated for you to actually use her. And I wouldn't really recommend her for newer players who can't really get the most out of her. But she does have one positive though, which is her module. Her 1st module, Zoom Armor's Toolbox, actually does give her SP recovery, so she will very, very slowly gain SP. This isn't really anything crazy, but it does help along the way, and she can also receive help from other allies, like a Liscom, and get that SP just higher up, and will actually get that 3rd skill and 2nd skill down when you actually need it, which in general is very, very helpful. So next character I actually want to talk about on this list is Fartooth. Fartooth in general is actually quite an interesting unit for me. I really do like her design in general. She will be getting a skin within about 8 months or so when Executor Alta comes. She will be getting a really nice skin. But she is a Deadeye sniper and she can actually resist physical damage when her skills are up. And she also becomes less likely to be attacked. She will also in a trait prioritize lower defense enemies, which does make her a bit more interesting because with her 2nd skill, as long as the enemy is being blocked, she will be able to hit that enemy from any range. Doesn't matter where they are, she will be able to hit them. The skill in general doesn't really do a crazy amount of damage, but if there are enemies that do have physical dodge, she could actually be helpful there, and she does target lower defense enemies, which allows for a little bit more prioritization who you actually want to hit. Her 3rd skill is actually a little bit different. In terms of the actual damage, this one will do a lot of damage. She will hit anything that's in her front line, so she can go from one side of the map to the other. If they're further away, she will have increased damage as well from this. In general, this seems to do a pretty nice amount of damage as well, so probably more worth using than the other skills unless you're looking for a little bit more versatility. She does also have her 2 modules. If you're curious to take a look at them, here are her modules. But next character we're going to talk about is caesarun. Caesarun's actually a character I really do love. I actually picked her from my 6-star selector ticket over Golden Glow, funnily enough. It was kind of between them two, and honestly, I don't regret picking her. She is a great unit. I love her crowd control. In general, I feel like her skills just allow for a lot of utility. And if you're looking for a character that is just not a DPS and will just offer you more to your team that's a little bit different, I think caesarun's honestly a fantastic option. I have built her on my main account. I've used her in a lot of stages. In some stages, she isn't like the most perfect character, but when she does find a stage that's really good for her, she does really, really well. Honestly, big fan of her 3rd skill as well, because it does also offer that slow. In general, the fact that she can slow down enemies and also apply that fragile effect, which means your operas deal 20% more damage, it's pretty good to have. This 3rd skill as well can actually heal your allies, which has its own benefit in some sense. I actually find it quite helpful in some stages where I might be missing a healer on a certain spot. That's kind of me though, I kind of suck at Arknights, but she is pretty friendly for newer players as well in my opinion. I'm a massive fan of her. In terms of modules, she does also have her 1st module, which is pretty helpful in general. You can't really go wrong with getting it in my opinion. But last character we're going to talk about is Golden Glow. Now Golden Glow is one of my favorite units in the game, just straight up. Design wise, attack wise, I just love everything about her. I didn't even know she was Scottish for a long time, but I did almost pick her over caesarun. Honestly, I only picked caesarun because I already had so many DPS. Next time I have a chance, I'm going to go for Golden Glow. Golden Glow is one of my favorite units in the game, and honestly, might be a reason I just pull the next banner and just go ahead and just wail, to be honest. I really do want her. She is an amazing unit, but talking about her in general, so let's talk about her 3rd skill, because to be honest, it's probably the one that's worth mentioning most. This can attack globally, it can also slow enemies, she can do single target arts damage with this, which is helpful in itself, but she can also deal AoE arts damage, so if there's a large cluster of enemies, this can be good because with her talent, she has a chance to self-destruct the drones, which will actually cause an AoE attack, which obviously is pretty helpful against a group of enemies. That's my personal opinion on her. I love her, she has a very nice skin. I would recommend getting her at some point. Personally, like I said, I do think you should skip this banner, but let's talk about something interesting. So, she will actually be back in early 2024. This is quite far away obviously, this could take about 6 to 8 months. Stuff can get moved around, so this could be coming earlier, but it will most likely be early 2024. This banner is also very good. We have Mudrock and Mountain, which are very, very good units. Saga has a skin now, and obviously we have Golden Glow on here, which is just another reason to pull on this banner. I think this is definitely worth waiting for if you're trying to get Golden Glow, but obviously it's up to you at the end of the day. Pull for whoever you want. I think this banner is very, very good. But last thing I do want to mention is the yellow certificate predictions. Fartooth is actually predicted to be in the yellow certificate shop between March, April 2024. I thought I'd mention this. It is just a prediction, but at the end of the day, it might be something that might happen. And if you have yellow certificates saved up for this, it's obviously very, very helpful. But I think that pretty much does it for this video. Overall, with this banner, in my opinion, it's a skip. I'm obviously just going to skip this. Maybe I'm just going to be like, okay, let's just get 1 6-star. Don't do that. I would personally wait. There are a lot of really good banners coming, especially the Chongyue banner, which I can't wait for. Dragon Sisters, we got the Monster Hunter banner, which is way more worth saving for, and the 4-year anniversary. Some people might also be interested in pulling for Enos, Cubai, Redalter, the Amera rerun, Gnosis rerun. There's a lot. But if you did enjoy this video, please do drop us a like. Honestly, I really do appreciate it. I have also started to actually edit my videos a lot more thoroughly, so if you guys are more into that, please let me know in the comments. I would actually be very, very grateful if you guys let me know. Honestly, I've more edited because my throat was kind of just going downhill. I can't really do everything in like 3 takes because it's quite difficult. I originally tried to do that for like 15-minute videos, 1 take. Listen, it's great and all, but that is very, very difficult to do. I'm going to try and not do that anymore. Anyway, if you're interested in joining Discord, please go down below. Our Discord is growing, and I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next one, and adios.